There you go. Easy peasy, breezy, beautiful, loaded sweet potatoes. Nope, they're not sweet potatoes. Damn it! Hello and welcome back to our Twisted Kitchen. Today is New Year's Eve, so I wanted to give you guys some handheld little bite-sized food items that you can try for New Year's Eve and just something quick you can make so you don't really have to put in that much work and you can actually relax today and just take care of yourself. So let's get into it. The three items that I decided to make this week are loaded potato skins. Those are going to have some vegan cheese on them, some bacon bites, which actually are vegan. I had to look on the back to make sure, but they're just made with textured soy protein. So, pretty excited about that. And there's gonna also be some vegan sour cream and some green onions on those. The next thing that I'm going to be making is Polenta Sliders. I'm actually gonna get started on those first because that is the recipe that I have up. So it's gonna be really simple. We're gonna cut them into circles and then we're gonna throw on some roasted red pepper salsa on them. I did mix up the recipe a little bit because it calls for olives and I don't like olives. So we're not gonna put those on. That's gonna be the first thing that I make, and then the last thing that we're gonna make is cucumber cups. The recipe that I found tells you to make your own hummus to put inside of the cucumber cups, but we're lazy here and we don't really want to do any of that. I bought 3 different types of hummus to try out for these cucumber cups, and then hopefully I can find maybe I can put some vegan cheese on top or some little, you know, sprinkly decoration type thing to make it a little bit more exciting. First, we're gonna get into the polenta sliders. About roasted red peppers, I have never had them before, so hopefully this goes well. Fingers crossed, wish me luck. And if you like what you see in today's video, or if you try out any of the recipes, please let me know in the comment section below. Please also don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so I can start bringing more content out to you guys that you enjoy watching. With all that said, let's get into these polenta sliders. For the polenta sliders, you just want to cut these in 1/2-inch thick discs. You could do something a little bit thicker if you wanted to, but as long as it remains sturdy when you cook it, it shouldn't be a problem. So the next step in these polenta sliders is just to lightly oil one side. I definitely overdid it with this and you'll hear me talk about it here in a few minutes. The recipe that I followed just said to oil lightly, and I would highly recommend that you do so. So I just read through the recipe, and apparently you need a food processor to process some of the ingredients for the salsa. So if you do not have a food processor, check the description below. There is a link for you to purchase one. This one is old and used AF, but the Ninja brand is really good. I'm not sponsoring them. This is not any sort of affiliation with them, but this is a very great food processor, so if you want to check that out in the description below, it is there for you to purchase if you would like to, because you can also make nice cream with this, which is just banana ice cream pretty much, and a lot of other wonderful things. So I have lightly oiled the polenta sliders. Now I am going to be putting the roasted red peppers in here along with the capers and a few other things for the salsa. So I'm going to show you guys that process, and then these will be eaten and gone before we know it. So I hope you're excited. So the recipe that I followed called for a 16-ounce can of roasted red peppers, and you have to drain them pretty well before you throw them in, so keep that in mind. And then the next thing we do is the capers, which I think there's an easier way to get these out, but I just poured them in. So 2 tablespoons of capers. First of all, I apologize for this terrible lighting. I did not realize that it looked like that. But the next ingredient is 1/2 of a white onion. So I just threw that in there. And then the next thing we put in is it says 1 clove of garlic is what the recipe calls for, but all the cloves I had were small. And then the next thing I did was put basil on top. And then I also threw in some red pepper, cayenne pepper powder type stuff. Next, we just have to cook the polenta on the stovetop, and you really don't need to oil the pan, but I did anyways. So you just have to cook them, I believe, on one side only for 2 to 3 minutes. If you cook them on both sides, that might cause them to not stay up so well. So be mindful of that when you're cooking these. Alright, so here we have the polenta sliders. I just need to top them, but I wanted to mention I put way too much oil on these. So when it says lightly oil, they mean lightly oil. They don't mean oil the pan and oil both sides of the polenta. Just one swipe through with oil on top of these is fine. And then I believe you're only supposed to cook these for 2 to 3 minutes on one side, and I did both sides, so they're a little like spongy. They're like, I think they're supposed to be somewhere between like soft and like sturdy. Just a tip for anyone if you want to try this out. I'm gonna go ahead and top this off. This salsa looks amazing, by the way, and I think you could probably definitely use this for some chips, maybe some chips and salsa, or loaded nachos maybe, whatever you want to do with it. Looks delicious. Let's go ahead and chop this up. I don't know what that means. But I'm gonna go ahead and top these off and then try them out and let you know what I think. Okay, these are trying times, my friends, if you know what I mean. It's time to try these out, and I think I'm gonna need some paper towel because they're wet and messy and just kind of all over the place. But I'm excited to try them out. These polenta sliders are very easy to make, and you may need a fork to eat them, just so you know. I'm trying to pick this up and it's not, there we go. Yeah, finger food, right? I mostly taste the salsa, specifically the roasted red peppers, but the texture difference between the polenta and the salsa, it's all there. It's beautiful. Yeah, it would not be a bad idea to use a fork when you eat these. I think if you follow the directions a little more closely to the recipe than I did, you will have an easier time eating these with your hands. So if you want to check out that recipe, you can check the description below. Also, for those of you that don't know what polenta is, because I didn't know before I went vegan, it's just cornmeal and a bunch of other things, but the main ingredient is cornmeal. You can eat this as a breakfast, you can eat it as a side dish, you can eat it as a main dish if you want to, depending on what you're making. If you want to try it out, highly recommend going to a local health food store and seeing if they have some, and just getting creative with it and seeing what you can come up with. The next thing that we're gonna make is the loaded baked potatoes. I'm super excited about those because I want to try out these vegan bacon bits and see how they taste with everything. So I'm gonna clean up here, and then we're gonna get started on the loaded baked potatoes. We're just gonna throw them in the microwave because that's the easiest thing to do. Plus, our oven is broken right now, so we don't really have a choice. We're gonna use the microwave, and it's gonna be delicious, and it's gonna be amazing, and I'm so excited for it. Let's do it. So, as promised, next up is loaded baked potatoes. So, I have 3 potatoes here, but I don't think I'm gonna need that many, so I might just take one out and just do 2, because it's just me eating them, so I don't need like a whole family full-sized meal of potatoes here. So, we're gonna do loaded baked potatoes. I'm gonna throw these 2 in the microwave. Well, I'm gonna wrap them up first, and then I'm gonna throw them in the microwave. And then I'm gonna cut them open and see, hopefully they will be done. It shouldn't take more than 5 minutes for both of these to heat up and become soft on the inside. I definitely just dropped that. But shouldn't take more than 5 minutes to get these cooking and get them soft in the middle, so then I can kind of scoop them out, move them around a little bit, and then load them up with, I have like 3 different vegan cheeses here. I have some, where are they? I see them, there they are. Green onions, and then these bacon bits back here. Check those out. These are vegan bacon bites. It says artificially flavored, that's why they're vegan. So if you live in the Midwest region of the United States of America, and you have a Meijer near you, check these out. Textured soy protein, they're delicious. Actually, I don't know that yet. I don't know why I said that. And then I have some vegan sour cream to go on top as well. So I'm gonna throw these in real quick and get to getting because I talk too much. I know you guys just want to see the food. So let's do it. Considering this is a channel for transitioning vegans mostly, I want to take a moment to let you know that this cheese is the closest I have been able to find to dairy cheese. It's field roast, chow shreds. They also have a Mexican blend. This stuff is delicious. I've been eating it by the handful since I bought this package. So if you're interested in looking for a cheese alternative, this be the one. This is the one for you. Maybe, I don't know that, but this is high up on my list of vegan cheese alternatives. Try it out, let me know what you think. As I'm sitting here cutting up these potatoes, I think to myself, wait a minute. I was supposed to be making loaded potato skins, not loaded baked potatoes. But we've come this far, so we're just gonna keep going with it. We're just gonna load these up with all these wonderful ingredients and dig in. The first thing I'm gonna put on here is the cheese. I have 3 different types of cheese in here. I'm gonna put that on top and just let that melt for a little bit, and then go ahead with the rest of the ingredients. I definitely almost burnt my fingers on those potatoes, so be careful when you take them out of the microwave, because guess what? They're gonna be hot. If I can save you from burning yourself, I am happy to do so. Next up, I'm gonna throw on some vegan sour cream. This stuff is amazing. It tastes just like dairy sour cream when you mix it up with stuff. By itself, it is different. The texture is different. When mixed with everything else, it's pretty phenomenal. Just a dollop. That's all you need, really. All right, and then the bacon bits. This adds a little bit of color to the dish too, because right now it's awfully beige. I think I used to eat these as a kid, but like I don't remember what they taste like. Real crunchy. Ready? There we go. These are gonna be great. And then we just top it off. With some green onions. There you go. Easy peasy, breezy, beautiful, loaded sweet potatoes. Nope, they're not sweet potatoes. Damn it. These are the loaded baked potatoes that you can have for as hors d'oeuvres, or I guess as a meal if you want to, but they're very simple to make, so I would recommend trying them out. I'm gonna try to scoop these up with my fork with one hand and see how we do. I did forget to mention, this is just a great alternative to like regular loaded baked potatoes. If you're transitioning to veganism, it's just a matter of switching out the cheese and the sour cream. So if you put bacon bits on your baked potato already, just see if you have a local store nearby that has imitation bacon bits, and you will be good to go. So I want to cheers to all of you for watching and for joining me in this journey. Oh yeah. That's the stuff. All the flavors mix together very well, and the bacon bits add that crunch that's needed, because everything else is pretty creamy. So the bacon bits definitely make a difference in this meal. I'm very happy that I have 2 of them, because one of them is not nearly enough. I'm gonna finish this one, and then we're gonna get moving on to the cucumber cups. And there's no baking or cooking or anything involved. So I will see you on the flip side. So these cucumber cups are really simple. You just want to start out by cutting off the ends of each one and then cut them into whatever size cups you would like. I just kind of went with what I thought would look good and then measured from there by using the cut cucumbers. And I just realized that I could have definitely used the cutting board measurements to cut these if I really wanted to, but I completely ignored the fact that there's measurements all over this cutting board. From here, it's just a matter of cutting out the inside of the cucumbers, enough to have space for the hummus to fit in. You don't have to cut it all the way through. I just kind of went through the top and cut through, as much as I felt was necessary, and then set it off to the side. Okay, now that I have given so much of my time, you guys don't know it, but I just spent a lot of time on Instagram. I did, however, make these cups, so you can just eat the inside of it if you want to. Otherwise, you can toss it. It's up to you. I'm just gonna go ahead and I have 2, 4, 6, 8. I have 8 cups here. I'll do 2 for each hummus flavor, and then do like 1 or 2 extra for whichever one I feel is most desirable. Yeah, I'm gonna just show you guys how to do this real quick because it's gonna be super simple. You literally just have to scoop the hummus out of the container with a spoon and put it into the cucumber. So I figured you guys probably don't need a verbal description on how to do this. So if you want to let me know your favorite hummus in the comment section below. Here I have roasted red pepper, roasted garlic, and roasted pine nut. There are plenty of other options out there though, so let me know your favorite in the comments. Mine would have to be garlic or pine nut. It's a tie between the two, but they're great with chips, they're great with vegetables, and it really is a healthy alternative to chip dip and things like that. Alrighty, we are at the very end of this video. I have one last hors d'oeuvre to try, and truthfully, I am not a huge fan of cucumbers, so this is going to be interesting for me. But I figured I would do this because, one, I enjoy all of these hummuses, and I think that the flavors of the hummus will go very well with the juiciness of the cucumbers. So I am going to try the, what is this, pine nut. So we have roasted pine nut hummus. We have roasted garlic hummus and roasted red pepper. Pine nut is my favorite, so I'll go with this one right here. Cheers. I think I can just like... The flavors in the hummus go very well with the cucumber. So I'm glad that I gave this a shot. I'm glad that cucumbers are crunchy. This is the roasted red pepper. Not as good. This is the roasted garlic hummus. That garlic, man, I'm telling you. I love it. What's your favorite hummus? Let me know in the comment section below. Roasted pine nut, roasted garlic, they have spinach and artichoke, they have classic, they have roasted red pepper, they have cauliflower hummus. There's all kinds of different flavors now. So let me know in the comment section below what your favorite kind of hummus is. That one's pretty good too. Roasted red pepper just did not do it for me today. I am now completed. It's been 2 hours. I want to thank you all so much for joining me this week on Our Twisted Kitchen. I made vegan hors d'oeuvres just in time for New Year's Eve, so if you plan on staying in or meeting up with a small group of people, whatever you want to do, these are perfect for a healthy snack. If you want to just, have a low-key kind of night and, make yourself a few little snacks here and there, these are perfect. If you are interested in any of the recipes, go ahead and check out the description below. All the recipes will be down there. Going into 2021, I will be continuing Our Twisted Kitchen, and there will be collaborations. They're already in the works. We're going to be introducing some more edibles, so I hope you're excited for that. There's not going to be any alcohol involved next year, unless there's some one-off type of deal, but that is the goal, is to not have any alcohol and strictly sober or edibles, and we're going to call that good. If you have any transitioning vegan friends, please send them on over and let them know that Our Twisted Kitchen is here to support them in their vegan transition. I hope to see you all next week when it's 2021 and we are getting into a new year, my friends. Have a great night.